Smitkara has sent this.
This is the same dude.
It is me, Smitkara, the modern-day jobber. And I have a question for you, Scott Hall. Was Just Incredible in the Click? And what is your heat with Shane Douglas? It is me, Smitkara.
Good shot with a toothpick, buddy.
You're over with me, Smith. Don't you worry about it. It's good to know that that part's kind of been erased from the Click history.
The heat with Shane was. See, I get mad at you if you're not a good performer. Like if I have to work for you and with you and you suck, then you have heat with me. He came in with the reputation as being great, and my role as Razor was, I always say it was like being Tito Santana. I was upper middle babyface. If you went through me, you would work with Kev or Shawn Michaels. If you couldn't have a good match with me, you went down. And he came in, and I'm thinking, well, I could just do with him the stuff I did with Shawn, because he's kind of the same size, probably the same kind of athlete. No, not near. He's slow. He's heavy. I think he's so overrated.
Well, he said
he's
this,
so overrated.
Ramsey.
No, I'm sure he buried me.
Said, well, it's more a Click thing.
Yeah, he buried, we're holding guys down, doing this and that. No, bro.
It's a Carl Ouellet story.
Back to the hotel that night, the days in Montreal. And as we're walking into the room, the Click walks in behind us and taps me on the shoulder and said, hey, we're in the room, whatever. We're getting pizza and beer. Come on down. We want to talk to you. So I go down to the room, and as I walk in, they're talking about this thing with Carl. But they get back into the room, and you know, Shawn's really just ramping it up. You know, we should get motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. And Shawn goes, I know, let's call Vince and have him fire him. And as Kevin went to pick the phone up, I forget which one it was, but it was either Shawn or Ray's one. I said, no, hold on a second. I put the phone back down. I said, let's think about this. We can do better. And they're like, sort of like pushing it back and forth. And finally go, I know, I got it. Let's have Vince McMahon starving for 2 years. And I remember watching, it was like I was watching somebody be verbally raped. You know, like here's a guy who's done absolutely nothing wrong, has done absolutely everything to help the company.
Was that a picture of a dick, some reference to him that was just there? Because
fly first class, they get picked up by limousines, as the rest of the grunts, us grunts are out there driving ourselves all over the crazy, sitting in the middle seats in the back of the plane.
I don't remember any limos unless it was like an office appearance.
Get Vince to starve this guy. But it's only trying to feed his family like anybody else is. And
who's he talking about? Carl, one of the
Carl Ouellet, yeah.
Yeah. Enough of this. He's just going to go on and on. I mean, I don't get what his beef is. I don't ever remember ever saying to Vince, don't pay this guy, don't do shit, don't do any of that. But some of these guys revel in this, and he's smart enough to know that if he talks shit about the Click, that it's controversial, and people will remember who he is.
Well, he put on his Dean gimmick, Dean cap, and graded you.
Oh, he was so fucking brutal. He was so brutal. His first Europe tour.
Great, only because I'd worked with him. I'd seen him in the past when he would go, when he was in the AWA and the Diamond Stud. He certainly has the capacity to go, or had the capacity. But as of late and towards the end of his career, and the bulk of his time on top, I'd say work rate was, B minus. But when that said, when he wanted to go, he could go. He could do it. He had the ability. Promos, I personally just was never into the whole fake, Cuban, whatever it was. It just seemed, and that's not a slap at him, it's a slap at the WWE. It's that whole cornball, cartoon character thing.
It's not near as legit as that Dean thing.
Being able to go out and maintain a crowd's audience, an audience's attention rather. Personality. What grade would you give him on the promos? On the promos?
Totally the shits?
No, not totally the shits, but keep in mind they were totally written. So it's, in that sense, because it was something that was just written and just basically reading off a script, I would say, an F. I like the guys that, and again, that's what the WWF wanted him to do. Personality, I think that, he's when he had the character of, machismo and all that kind of thing going on, And it gets right back to, again, the contrivedness of it, the canned aspect of it. I didn't like, so I would say a C at best on that.
Would you like to grade Shane on the above?
I don't harbor any ill will towards these guys.
No, you don't have to give ill will, but a report card.
I just think, wow, super overrated and didn't deliver. He came in with huge expectations and fell short. And he, to the point where one time, like on the Europe tours, you kind of had to earn your seat in the back of the bus. And so, but he was new, so everybody's working with him. I got to work with him. So I'm thinking, fuck yeah, I want this guy to fit in and get over and shit, because I got to carry this fucker around. But I remember by the end of the tour, like one time, Yoko was one of the big leaders of the locker room, and we're sitting in the back of the bus, and Shane is real happy to be Shane. He goes on and on about Shane, and so he's talking this and that, and one time Yoko went, man, why don't you just shut the fuck up and do what Razor wants you to do? It's just like, by the end of the tour, he was sitting in the very front of the bus on the little seat that drops down from the side, like the little fold-out thing, like sitting there like this, like, I want to go home.